Hello, and welcome to another episode of Turning Sparkly Cardboard Sideways. My name's Jimmy, Bancroft is behind the camera, and right here will be my personal phone number, 859-279-2405. If you have any questions, concerns, critiques on any deck profile or battles we post, please feel free to send me a message, or if you just want to say hi or share some of your deck tech, deck list ideas, please send me a message, and I'll try to reply as quickly as possible. Thank you.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another exciting episode of Attacker Production. Today, I, Bancroft, will be going over, now, this isn't my profile, but this is our local player, Nick's Surge Broly deck profile. Before we get into the deck, like always, if you enjoy our content, hit that like, subscribe button. Also, hit that bell. It'll let you know when we drop more content. We're shooting for daily content. Always daily, unless it's super late like today's video. Alright. Auto. Once per turn, when you combo with a red or green card, draw one card. And that's once per turn, so you can do it during your turn or your opponent's turn. Pretty nice. Awaken Surge. Choose one red and one green card in your hand. Place it underneath this card. You may draw two cards, then choose two of your energies, switch them to active mode, and flip this card over. Broly. Surge of Brutality. Broly has one effect, like most Surge leaders, that can be activated. When activated, you have two options. So, once per turn, if your life is 3 or less, and you choose one card underneath this card, place it in the drop area, choose one. A. Choose up to one battle card in your drop area, combo with it, then this card gains double strike for a duration of turn. Alright, not bad. Second one. Choose one of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier, and KO it. So you have a very offensive one and a defensive one, which is pretty nice. So, putting the leader aside, we start with the most common card for this deck, which is your Check Lance. We play 4 of the 2-drop Broly. I mean, mainly meant for energy purposes only, but if you were to play this card. Alright, if there's a card that's both red and green in your energy, that's the permanent auto. When you play this card, your opponent chooses one card from their hand and places it in the drop area. So, if you have to play it, you get one of your opponent's cards. Which, if your opponent only happens to have one card at one point in turn, you know what, and you're able to go for game, play the card, then go for game. It's not a bad option. But, if this is not your first charge target and you have to charge a basic green card or a basic red card, that's not a problem. When you go to attack, you have an open energy to swing with the Sun Goten card. Alright, auto. If your leader card is Broly, when you combo with this card, choose up to one red extra card with field and an energy cost of 2 from your deck and place in your drop area. Then, shuffle your deck. If you place a card in your drop area, choose up to one of your energies, switch it to active, and if you have 5 or less cards in your hand, draw one card. Now, this is a tricky one, because if you recall correctly, the leader on the front side draws a card as well when you combo with a red or green card. So, if you have 5 cards in your hand when you do this effect, you activate Goten's auto first, because both autos go into pending, and then you activate leader's auto. So that way you get draws for both cards. If you happen to have more than 5 cards, doesn't matter, you can't get his draw, but you do get the energy percentage, which is pretty nice, as long as you get rid of the only field card, to my knowledge, I might be missing one, but I think this is the only one as of right now, Dormant Legends. Pretty much once you drop this card, it opens up the possibility for another card in this deck, which is pretty nice, but mainly, that is just in there to get rid of that. So it thins the deck out, and it allows you to reset your energy, so you're not wasting energy. Well, I mean, if you happen to get a bad draw and these are all in your life, or they happen to be in your hand or whatnot, you lose the effect of that. But if not, for one energy, you're resetting that energy, you're getting a card out of your deck that's not needed, which is pretty nice, which opens up the game for a lot of other plays. So, other cards you can combo with, we have the 4-drop Raditz, which you could play, which actually isn't a bad option. When you play this card, your opponent reveals their hand, and then you choose up to one battle card in their hand with 35,000 power or less, sent to its owner's warp, and then this card gains crit. Now, if I'm correct, I've seen Nick play this one time at the 4 energy cost, and I think he went for game for that action, which is pretty nice. But, normally, this is your combo card, because, permanent. If you have a red-green multicolored card in your energy, reduce the combo cost of this card in your hand and battle area by 1. So it's a free combo card. Alright, sorry about that. Camera got cut off. It was weird. Alright, so speaking of free super combos, we also play 2 of the Nappa Demolition Man. Now, if you're not familiar with this one, this is a great one, because normal super combos, you get to draw off them a lot of times, which is pretty nice, but because your leader is who they are, as long as you haven't awakened yet, you get to draw when you combo this card. Then, if your leader card is red or green, at the end of the battle in which you combo with this card from your hand, play this card. So I get a draw, I get to play, and I can combo this card off later before I awaken for another draw. Sounds good to me. Now, that's kind of like your startup package plus the cards that you would like to combo with. So, combo, and combo. Now, the reason why we combo these 3 cards is because of Arrival. And red-green has a lot of good ones. We'll start with the obvious one. Because we play the Goten, we have to get rid of the dormant potential, but we get rid of dormant legends. Yeah. Which, once that card's in your drop area, you can now play Broly, Tragedy Foretold. Arrival for 1 red and 1 green energy. Permit, you only have 1 of these on the field, which that's it. Just have 1 on the field. And this card can't be played unless you have a dormant legend in your drop area. Alright. Auto. When you play this card, choose 2 of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier, and they get minus 15,000 power until the end of your opponent's turn, which isn't bad. Alright. Auto. When your opponent combos, you may choose 1 card in your opponent's combo area, place it in their drop area. If you do, negate the skill for turn. So once per turn, you can use that effect to get rid of a combo card on your opponent's side of the field. Controlling their combo is always a nice thing to do. Alright, the next Arrival target is SSB Gogeta, who for 1 red energy, and it has double strike. Now, Auto, when you play this card, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards of energy cost of 4 or less, KO it, and you can't play SSB Gogeta for the duration of the turn. This particular one, so it's not bad, but it's another double strike target. Get out there pretty quick with like 1 energy. Not bad. Your next one is Champa Beerus. Once again, Arrival for 1 red card. Auto. When you play this card, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards with 20,000 power or less, KO it, then choose up to 1 of your other battle cards with energy cost 6 or less, and it gains double strike for the duration of turn. In case you missed it. Not that one. There you go. 6. Give him double strike. So, not only does this card negs, this one pops. This one also pops, but gives another card double strike. It is a beautiful play. But, the 6-drop Broly isn't the only option you use this effect for. The ideal card, in my opinion, to use this card for is if you're swinging with the Angel God card. Because it has crit, and this card has Alliance. Now, this card gains power equal to the total power of cards switched to rest mode by this card. And when you activate this thing, you draw 2 cards, then you choose 2 of your opponent's battle cards, and you get minus 20,000 power for turn. So if you can make this happen, either 1 of 2 options here. If you have the energy, sure. Let's say you had what I'm calling liquor and corn on the board. First, you swing, your opponent doesn't stop the attack. If you have the energy to make this happen, you super combo or combo with the Raditz card. If you play Broly, you get hit the same 2 cards you hit with that neg 20,000. So boom, that's negative 35,000 to potentially 2 cards, which is pretty nice. Or, like I said, the go-to option is to play the Champa Beerus, giving this potentially 30,000, 40,000 crit, a double strike on top of that, which alone is an amazing card. And keep in mind, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards with 20,000 power or less, and KO it. This card negs a battle card by 20,000, so you can potentially get rid of a really beefy card that way too, which is pretty nice. So, that's kind of like a go-to. I see Nick play this one a lot, and I don't blame him. It's a phenomenal card, mainly because also it's permanent. If your leader card is red, and you have a red or green battle cards in play, reduce the energy cost of this card in your hand by 2, making it a 3 cost instead of a 2 cost. And as long as you super combo, like on turn 3, you use Nappa to super combo, boom, you can now play that card on turn 3. Swing with it, tap Nappa as part of the Alliance, giving this card 30,000 crit, and you draw 2 more cards on top of that. So, not a bad play. And the last card we have in this deck that has Arrival for 2 red, 3 red, 2 green, SS3 Scramble. Now, this is a beautiful, beautiful card, and if you're playing it's a red-green deck, you know this card is coming. Auto. When you play this card, choose up to one card in your life, place it in your drop area, then deal 2 damage to your opponent. I mean, if your opponent's at 3 life and they don't negate, and you combo up, you have enough energy for it, you combo a bunch of cards, and you arrival this card to the field, it's immediately taking 2 of their life. If they can't out combo what you just did, that's game, because they just took 3 life technically. So it's not bad play. Auto. When your opponent combos with a battle card with energy cost 2 or less, choose to one of your opponent's combo cards and place it in its owner's drop area. That alone is nasty. So this card's on the board. Unless your opponent has a lot of high cost cards to combo with, that's game. So. Alright, so the next couple cards are battle cards that are played also very cheaply, but can help with other things. So, Newfound Power Son Gohan. If your opponent is trying to play a little slow game against you, you can use Gohan to help yourself get down to 3 life. That way you can start benefiting Broly's awakened abilities. So, take a life, give this card plus 10,000 power and crit. 3, the SS Broly, Unforeseen Force. When you play this card from your hand, activate the skill. At the end of your turn, if there is a card that is both red and green in your energy, draw 2 cards, then choose 1 card in your hand, place it in your drop area. Then, choose any number of your opponent's battle cards with a total energy cost of 3 or less and KO it. So, that's not bad. If you have to play it, go ahead and do it. I have seen Nick play this card on turn 2 before, which I keep on forgetting this card's in here, because typically your opponent doesn't have anything too nasty up at that point. But if the card doesn't have barrier, this could hit it and kill it, and it gives the Broly player more draws, pretty much. That's what you want to see. You want to see more cards, because the more cards you see, the better your hand's going to be. All right, I was told to make sure that this next card was something that I overly hyped on. This is, if correct, Nick's favorite card in this whole deck. Dependable Mom Boma. Activate main. Switch this card to rest mode. Draw 1 card, then choose up to one of your battle cards and it gains 5,000 power for duration of turn. The reason why Nick, I think, likes this card so much is not only does, boom, draw a card, boost another card, swing, but a lot of times your opponent will waste an attack getting rid of this card. And I think that's one reason why he likes it so much, because it pulls your opponent's attention away from your leader. And if your opponent doesn't focus on this card, every turn you're getting an extra card just for this effect and boosting a battle card. It's still a good card for 1 energy. So, alright, the next card is our other 2 super combos, which in this case is Defending Father Paragus. Draw 2 cards. Sorry, if your life is 4 or less, you draw 2 cards, then choose up to 1 card in your hand and place in your warp. 2, Further Instruction Champas, which gives a battle card double strike and plus 10,000. These 2 cards right here are typically Nick's go-to as well when he activates the top effect for Surge Broly. Because you have to get rid of a card from underneath the card, and then you combo with a card from your drop area. It has to be a battle card. So he'll either go for the super combo if he needs the extra draw power, or if he's swinging with another battle card, he combos with this card to the battle card, if correct. I'm going to make sure I read it right. Choose to 1 battle card in your drop area, combo with it. Yeah, just combo with it. So it combos with it, so it gives that card double strike. Then your leader gains double strike for the turn. So, that's good. Alright, going to more defensive plays. We play 2 Denial Hopes. Counterplay if your leader card's red and the battle card your opponent's playing is 20,000 power or less. Place in its owner's drop area instead of being played. 3 Afterimages. Another card to help self-awaken in case you need to. And it really doesn't stop the battle, but it definitely nags a card by 10,000. A battle card to be precise. And it boosts, I think, does it actually state? Choose up to one of your cards. So it doesn't matter. It could be your Unison, but he doesn't play Unison in this deck, so it's fine. And then we have Is That All You've Got? 2 of those. Counterattack, if your leader card is red, negate the attack. Then you may choose 1 card in your hand. Place in the drop area. If you do, choose 2 of your opponent's battle cards, and they get minus 15,000 power for turn. So, that is Nick's typical Surge Broly deck. He did give me a sideboard list. The problem with that, though, is that I couldn't find half those, which is weird because I have all those cards. I know he plays 4 Demigras. He plays 4 of the charismatic villain freezes. If I'm correct, 3 topos, 2 surprising attack freezes, which are the ones I couldn't find. I could not find those, and I could not find the 2, if I'm correct, Hero Mafuba. And I'll have all those written down the side of here on the screen as well. But yeah, that's kind of his sideboard. Except for some reason I couldn't find half of them. Don't know why. Don't know where they're at. They should be here somewhere. But that is his Surge Broly deck. Hope you all enjoyed. Like always, if you see anything in this deck that you go, hey, add that or do this and help to make this deck perform better, put in the comments down below. I'm sure he'll appreciate it, and we appreciate it as well. And like always, thank you for tuning in. Read your cards, know your plays, and like always, fluff out.